How do you, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. It's Yorkshire Blazeman here today, and I'm going to review for you in this Christmas period my Bayonet collection. Let's go. How do you, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Yorkshire Blazeman here. Sorry for that bit of a cringeworthy introduction, but I thought, why the fuck not? It's Christmas, so meh. So as I said, I'm going to do my Bayonet collection before review. I'm slowly running out of things to review, so I thought, why not just throw that in and do that. I did make one before, but I deleted it because it was appalling. I got some of my facts wrong and everything, so I'm refreshing it, restarting it. So let's take it from the top. So, my first bayonet, my longest one, is the World War I 1907 patent SMOE bayonet made by Wilkinson. 17-inch bayonet. It was used for the shot magazine Lee Enfield number 3 Mark III. Yeah, I'm just checking my notes on the side here. Number 1, my bad. This bayonet particularly was also used in World War II due to RAF being stamped onto the scabbard and also an RAF marking on the hilt. Right here, I don't know if you can see that. I'll have to take a photo and zoom in the show. But yeah, so that's my Wilkinson 1907 SMOE bayonet. Loads of manufacturers made these bayonets for the Enfield rifle all across the Commonwealth. Remington made some, the Indians made some, the Australians, New Zealand. The most common ones you find UK made are Wilkinson and Sanderson, but also Vickers did make some as well. My second largest bayonet is this. This is my Czechoslovakian VC24 long bayonet. Take this out. These are one of the final production bayonets made from 1948 to 1950. This is because the during this period Mauser stopped producing the Kar 98 rifles, and this is when the Russians took over Czechoslovakia, so they of course replaced it with their rifles and the Kalashnikov later on. What's interesting about this bayonet is the blade is where the muzzle ring is. If you compare it to the Wilkinson, the blade is on below, on the opposite side to the muzzle ring. A few bayonets in World War II and post World War II did this, but it's a very interesting blade style, because normally you would want to hold your bayonet like this with the muzzle ring facing towards you for extra comfort, but with this you have to hold it like that. And it's weird because the hilt faces away from your hat in towards your hand instead of out, so with extra grip. Bit weird I know, but it's a very lovely bayonet nevertheless. And we've got the classic Mauser scabbard with a leather frog. Right, next. Another Mauser bayonet. This is the Portuguese Vergueiro Mauser bayonet. This is one of my favourite bayonet of all my collection, my most prized and my most rarest, I do believe. So this was made by Simpson & Co in Germany. The Portuguese Mauser rifles were built in Germany, so the Portuguese government decided that why not, let's build it in Germany as well. This is one of the second production runs due to on the eagle eye, as they call it, the back of the hilt. The serial number is B4849, so this is the second production run, because of the B. 75,000 of these were made until the Portuguese army, government couldn't afford to buy any more. And what's nice about these bayonets is the scabbard and the blade are anodized blue. They're blued, so it's quite interesting. Quite a very slim design, very lightweight, very comfortable in the hand, and it's just a beautiful bayonet. Right, next. Apologies, my phone is going off. Not so much a bayonet, but why not include it? My Burmese cookery, you've seen this before in previous videos. Nice, hefty beast. So I'm not going to put this on, I'm just showing it off. So yeah, because Burmese cookery. Actually, I'll put it in, why not, what the fuck. Put that there. Right, next. I'm going to save my Kalashnikov bayonets to last, because it's to hold together. So here we have World War II, no, World War I. I'm going to just reflect on my notes again. I honestly forget with this one. I am terrible with my notes. So this is World War II bayonet, sorry. 1896 Swedish Mauser bayonet. This was used for a few other Swedish rifles, like the self-loading rifle they had. I can't remember the names off by heart. This bayonet was made by 3 different companies. This one is made by Ekushuna Manufacturer, so EAB, EJAB, sorry, with the anchor logo there. Unfortunately, the patterns do not match on even sides of the issue numbers. On here it says 5/13 number 666. On here it says Division 8 number 722. So this belonged to Rifle 722. This belonged to Rifle 666 of different infantry divisions. So that is bad. Apologies for the cut. Sorry. So that is a Swedish model 1896. Here we have a Spanish Setme Model L bayonet. This was the last Setme bayonet the Spanish made, because after this the Spanish government replaced the Setme rifle with the HK G36, or the G3 I believe. This is a very interesting bayonet as well. Dual-edged. We have a very interesting muzzle, rifle connector at the back here. I've never seen one of these before. I don't know how that attaches onto the rifle, but it's very weird. Very comfortable in the hand. Excellent fighting knife as well. This was used in the Spanish involvement in Iraq. So yeah, a very, very nice modern bayonet. I would like to get the model H as well. So yeah. So these ones were made in Toledo in Spain. Let's just move some of the stuff out of the way. And next we get into the Kalashnikov bayonets, which most people like to see. Let's just move out of there. So, with my Kalashnikov bayonets, I found it very hard to actually identify which ones they all are, but I've managed to work it all out now, which took me forever. I used a great website called worldbayonets.com and spoke to the main guy there, and he's helped me a lot with a few of my bayonets, so perfecto. So here we have a Bulgarian AK-47 Type 1 bayonet. Now, don't get confused with the Type 1 AK-74 AKM bayonet. This is the original, you might see a label what pass, Kalashnikov bayonet for the 47. We have a nice grey finished blade, lovely Baker-like handles, very comfortable hand, a great fighting knife, just like the Swedish bayonet. That is fantastic. Your release mechanism is very strange as well. It is here. You pull that tab back. The Kalashnikov was not originally, at first was not originally designed to accept a bayonet, but then they thought, the Russian government must have thought, what the fuck, why not, let's put one on it and make it even better. So that's what I came up with. How you can tell that if it's Bulgarian, the Bulgarians were the only country to put 2 rivets here securing the leather belt frog. So that's how you can tell. It's a very nice streamlined bayonet. It's a fantastic one. I prefer these bayonets compared to the AKM, just because the scabbard is more secure on your belt. I hate the frog on the AKM bayonets. But practicality wise, the AKM bayonet is better, but if you're comparing it to a fighting knife and combat wise, I'll go for the Kalashnikov first bayonet. So let's go into the AKM bayonets. I'm going to start it from the Type 1s and work our way up. So, this Frankenstein of a bayonet is a East German Type 1 AKM. Unfortunately, what's happened with this one is someone must have bought them, found one cheap, and just basically wrecked it just to see how it works. So, originally this scabbard would have been black with a rubber insulator here and a frog. But insulator's taken off. The guy has just basically stripped it all, which is a shame because he's also taken off some of the markings, issue numbers I think. One way you can tell it's East German is because, I need to remember where it is, on the handle, here we go, it should say K100. I'll zoom in now, take a photo and zoom in. That is the East German inspection mark. Also on the wire cutter mark, they have this little symbol here. And also you can find on them the K symbol as well, which is also for the East Germans bayonets. With the handle, I'll show you another type 1. This is black Bakelite, which is always the East German one. It would curve like this, and you would have like a round pommel. Unfortunately, what the guy's done, he's cut away, even though he's done a nice job cutting it off, just to see what's inside. He's sort of ruined the value and just basically destroyed the bayonet. And also this sheath is cracked. There. So this is your bayonet. You've got your serrations here, your nice clip point blade, which would be a great fighting bayonet attached on. Again, like the Czechoslovakian and the AK-47 bayonet, the blade is facing the muzzle ring. So you've got a nice, comfortable fighting knife as well as functional bayonet. So if you didn't know how the wire cutter works, you put the hole there, and there you go. There's your wire cutter. And the insulator would be so you wouldn't electrocute yourself if you're cutting electrified wire. So, that is one of them. Next we go for my other type, this is what do you call it now? What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? This is so unprofessional, I know, but I've forgotten the word. It is a transitional, there we go. This is my East German transitional. What that means is you can either get a Type 2 scabbard or a Type 1 handle, a blade, or a Type 2 blade and a Type 1 scabbard. The East Germans and the Russians were the only countries to run a transitional like this with the Type 2 scabbard and the Type 1 bayonet. So what the Type 2 bayonet is Bakelite, so you didn't need the rubber insulator because, as we all know, plastic is not a conductor of electricity. So if I was cutting electrified wire, I would not electrocute myself. We have the original leather frog, which is poor condition, so it's a bit fragile. It's a bit some cuts in there, and it's attached on with a little clip to the back of the sheath. That's what I'm looking for. And we have the nice classic black colour. If you're looking for East Germans, at most Type 2 scabbards, they should have the marking on the back situated here. This says 2, 1946, 3, so this was a 1946 model, I believe. And also you've got the K's here, signifying it's East German. The handle is a bit banged up, but that's what you expect. You also have on the AKM's the webbing, knuckle guards to keep it secured in your hand. I don't like it at all, but I just keep it on there just for pure representation, just to keep it as accurate as it can be. And this is the Type 1 handle. You've got your push button release here, so this handle is what that should be, but it's not because the battery cut it off. So this is a fully complete Type 1 East German AKM bayonet. It is quite hard to find all AKM bayonets complete. You can buy parts individually to fit onto it, but sometimes you can't. Here we have my Russian AKM transitional. Like the East German, the USSR and East Germany were the only countries to do a transitional like this. You can tell it's Russian because basically the Russians always had this colour scheme, Bakelite, so did the Romanians, but there's some also slight differences you can tell. So on the Russians, they have the serial number etched into there, so this is 716. I can't find it on the handle itself, but there we go, because it's a transitional, it shouldn't match. The scabbard was made in the Ishevik factory. There was paint all over this, and I don't know why, but I stripped it off, and maybe that might have stripped off some numbers or some information. I regret doing it, but I didn't want to leave it on there because it just looked awful. But this is a well-used one. These bayonets, soldiers used to use the pommel as a hammer, which is why in the Type 2 they replaced it to change the design and put a metal back on it. So it's cracked, as you can see, because some man has decided to use it as a hammer. No frog on this one, unfortunately, and no guard. But here we have your classic clip point design, your serrations, basically the same as all AKM bayonets are practically the same, apart from the Chinese because they made a civilian version which had no serrations, and the Polish version had no serrations on as well. And again, the same mechanism of the Y cutter. So yeah, that is the Russian bayonet. Lastly, my best of my AK-47, well, the Kalashnikov bayonets. This is a unissued, sorry, excuse me, Czechoslovakian, sorry, not Czechoslovakian, Yugoslavian AKM Type 2 bayonet. Now, like these Germans, they ran with the nice black Bakelite. Not as nice as the orange, but still a very nice bayonet. Couldn't believe I found this unissued. It was wrapped in the old traditional Cosmoline, everything. Got it for a bargain price of £35 because no one would really want to be bothered stripping all the Cosmoline. When I say it was covered, it was absolutely caked with the stuff, and everyone knows Cosmoline is just fucking awful. So the Yugoslavians put their serial numbers here, and on the handle they electro penciled it in. So this is 622549. You also can tell it's Yugoslavian with the K7 logo, laser penciled onto the Y cutter, and on the back we have the number 2 written on it. What that means, I do not know. Furthermore, the Yugoslavians were the only country to put a brass thorn onto the frog, which is very interesting. And this is run with the same system as the other handles. Again, we have the webbing on here. We have the serial number onto the handle, 622549. As you can see, what I mean, here is replacement metal handle. I do find the Type 1 handle to be more comfortable than the Type 2, but that's just personal preference, I suppose. Fantastic bayonet. I was very lucky to find one unissued. And you can pick up Kalashnikov bayonets for not a lot of money. The most expensive ones are always, if they are always fully complete. The Romanians go for a lot of money, and so do like the rarer ones. So some of the Russian ones go for a lot of money as well. Especially the trainer bayonets, they go for a lot. So let's see. This is my overall collection. Varies from World War One to present day to Cold War. Well, I can say present day. That was 1980s. But I've got no bayonet that is what you call 21st for the 21st century, because they don't really hold any value, and I don't really like the look of them anymore. Apart from the G36 bayonets, they're quite smart. But anyway, so that's beside the point. So this is just a quick overview collection of my bayonets and the cookery. I hope you enjoy this. If you've got any information you want to find out about any more of them, let me know. Well, I can easily just drop that down in the description for you. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Give me more extreme than that. Subscribe to my channel because it will really help me grow. I've been your host, the Yorkshire Blazeman, and I shall see you